back to the channel. I'm Sandy.
And I'm John.
And we are unboxing a new member of the court today, a very special member, Survivor.
We were planning on getting her and then not planning on getting her and then ended up getting her.
Let's take her out of the box. Accessory box. Okay, I really need to see this girl.
Okay, I just want to point out that this doll is marbled skin tone. So if you don't know or haven't seen Survivor before, this is probably one of the most unique smart dolls. She looks almost tea.
She does, because of the bubble wrap.
Yeah, like through here, she's very dark. It's going to be interesting, the mix of dark and light that's going to be in there.
So this doll, before we take her out of the package, she represents people who have been scarred by burning. So just so that you know, as we take her out of the bag, that is what you're going to be seeing.
Whoa.
Oh, wow.
Dramatic.
Really dramatic. One of the neat things about this doll is that he can't really control what the patterning of the marbling is.
Because he's basically mixing two different color types of vinyl together, right?
Right, and they use a process that keeps the two colors from combining and making a new color. It's just kind of swirled. They don't really get to decide how it's going to look, so every doll looks different. So this is kind of cool, because so we're seeing our girl for the first time. I am freaking loving this.
Yeah, really interesting. There's a lot of marbling here. Most of this is going to get covered by the wig, which leaves us with her nose and then this intensification of the blushing on that one side.
And then if you look on this side,
oh wow,
she has this whole like half mask right here.
That is very cool.
Really cool. I love this over her lip right here is really neat. And she has a beauty mark. Not that she needs a beauty mark because she's beautiful. It almost looks like hair.
Yeah.
Coming down on this side. Okay, so I'm pleased with her face. Oh, I'm really pleased with her face.
What do you think of the actual face-up of Survivor?
I actually like it more in person than I did in pictures. And I liked it in pictures. So this was done by Maria, who is a member of some of the Facebook groups that we are in. She's part of the community. Mm-hmm. Danny liked a face-up that she did, and then they adapted it a little bit to work for Survivor.
I was a little worried about the heavy black makeup. It reads so much better in person than it does in photographs to me.
Yeah. Okay, so let's look at the back of her head before we look at anything else. It's not quite as dramatic in the back, and of course you're not really going to see it much, yeah. And she does have a little bit of a marbling right here on her neck.
So you can see it better if I block the light a little bit.
This arm is a little bit darker in the front, and this arm is darker all the way around, I guess. Like, yeah, this one is dark in the back, and then there's a little bit of light in the front.
And the forearm has a lot of interesting patterns on the back.
Mm-hmm. He did comment on the fact they used T joints.
Which makes sense.
Mm-hmm. She does appear predominantly T.
Yeah. I
think the T joints are fine. I can see how somebody might be bothered by them if their upper arms and stuff were more light colored.
Just the roll of the dice at that point.
Yeah, I think she looks great. Let's just take a look. I'm going to do some doll nudity here. I just want to see her bust. That actually looks really cool.
Yeah, I mean, it's following the contours of the bust.
Yep, it comes down into her hips. She's got some really cool knot work.
Yeah. Going
on here, which is excellent because one of the things I want to do is a cosplay that has her be more like wood.
All right, butt time.
Just look at her butt. It swirls around. I mean, it's doing what liquid does.
Yeah.
It's swirled onto the peaks of her butt, which is kind of neat. And then her legs have a really interesting, complicated swirl pattern on them. And in the back, it's almost feathery on this leg. It's really interesting. On her calves, there is some more like knot work, like tree knot work going on.
The legs, because of the length of them and probably the cylindrical nature of them and how they're put through the mold, really do hit that sort of wood grain kind of look.
Her feet are also marbled. There won't be heel feet for her, as to my understanding. Look, she's got Her third toe is like pale. She's a little more pale on this foot than she is on this one.
This is kind of, I mean, I don't want to say creepy, but it does start to look sort of anatomical. Like it looks almost like muscles here and a tendon coming down or something.
Yeah, and then her hands are marbled as well. Our hands happen to have a lot of tea in them. They are marbled.
Yeah.
And even in the palm, you can see some marbling.
There's a little bit here. This just looks like
Weathered hands.
a human hand.
Yeah.
Like it just has that little bit of subdermal sort of coloring.
Yeah, it's very cool. I did not expect, I don't know, I just, but we never do. Like, we think they're going to be fantastic, and they always exceed expectations.
Yeah, there is certainly a bit of luck here, and I wouldn't say we got, like, the perfect amount of luck of every limb is, like, amazing looking or whatever, but it's all believable. There's nothing on here that is standing out, like, for instance, like you were saying, a lot of light up against these T-joints.
Yeah.
It looks really good.
Yeah, no, she's beautiful. I'm just so drawn to that line going across her lip, and then that side piece.
This side of the face is amazing looking. Yeah,
she's really cool. Well, I hope you guys enjoy looking at her closely as much as we do, because it's like
there's gonna be 10 more minutes of this.
We're just gonna sit here and look at her.
I think we really lucked out with the placement on the face. I love that it's mostly natural here, and then this sort of like grabbing from the side, just creeping in.
She's really cool. I don't think she's gonna be a bangs doll, because we want to see more of her face.
I actually think she might be a bangs doll.
You think so?
Because I like the idea that the focal point is here on the face instead of all of this up top. But you may be totally right. It's hard to tell. But it's a way to simplify and draw the eye to the part that you'd want to them to look at versus like just seeing everything. Should we put her wig on?
Yeah, let's put her wig on.
Wait, here's the question. Did they marble the stand?
I doubt it. It's probably a tea stand.
Wait. Just a tea stand. Come on, Danny. Okay, so this is a maple.
I think it's mermaid.
Yeah.
See if Sandee can do this without taking the body off. Look at the bottom of her foot.
That's pretty cool.
She's got a heel.
Yeah, right. It's a little off in placement, but
all right. So this is Maple. This is Classic Dauntless's wig.
Right.
So we have this wig. I like it. I definitely want to see her with other wigs. So we grabbed a few wigs that you might have in your Smart Doll collection if you're a collector. Just want to see what different wigs look like on this skin tone.
All right, let's start with a blonde.
This is the Kizuna wig. Really needs to be combed.
Oh no! I think we've tried this before. I don't think this really golden yellow of
works
Kizuna
with tea.
Yeah.
That's the issue. It's like it's sort of work. If you have a survivor that is more cinnamon in the face, I think this wig would look really well.
Yeah.
Look really well.
It's just really saturated. It's not bad, but yeah, I think I don't think this is it. Next up is Ambition's wig.
This actually is for a few dolls. This is the, I think, Sunset Orange, I believe is what it's called.
I believe so. She looks pretty good.
Yeah, I like the orange. The orange looks pretty cool on her.
And I like I like this sitting down a little bit lower on the forehead. Not covering up everything, but minimizing some of that contrast up there.
I'm feeling it back a little bit further. The Sunset Orange is nice with her eyes.
Yeah.
I think that looks really, really pretty. Okay, next. This is the Apricot Bob. This was in Chaos, but you'll see pictures. Future wears this quite often when Danny shows her. But this is the Apricot Bob, and I think it's only been in Chaos. It hasn't been used on anybody yet.
I like it.
I do too.
I mean, it's a really good wig, but I really like it with her.
It's very cute. It doesn't take away from her. We can see her chest and everything really well because it's like pulling everything away from her face.
I'm also a fan of bobs for these dolls. Like the long hair just gets to be kind of all over the place for me. And I like I like the short hair.
Well, for photography, this is a really nice, easy to tame
Yes.
wig.
The flyaways are much easier to deal with on this.
Mm-hmm. All right, next.
All right, since we have so many, here is the Kabuki wig, the electric blue.
This may actually be my favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah. I really like the way this stands out. And I like it with the brown eyes. I don't think we ever see blue with brown eyes.
All of them are blue with amber.
Right.
So it's brownish. It's in the brown range. More yellow,
it's
but
very cute. She pulls off very, like, it's just got a cute effect on her. I like it.
I don't know if you're going to keep it, even though we have extras.
I was going to say we have tons.
Who gets to wear the blue in the family? All right, and our last wig is actually Shiki. Oh my god.
I will put it back on.
God.
I can do this one.
Oh no.
I've done this one 1,000,000 times. Why can't I put it on her now?
Not all dolls are the same.
Are you accusing me of doll stereotyping?
It's doll profiling. This is the exact position you were in that video where that thing hit you in the face.
And it was Shiki's wig, too.
Of course it was. And our last wig, I really like the idea of bangs, and that is Shiki's wig.
No, we don't use Shiki's wig very often. It's been put away, but it actually looks really cute on her.
Yeah, I kind of like it.
And I like that it has a little bit of red in it that causes, like, the other colors in her skin to pop.
Mm-hmm. We have another wine-colored wig that might work pretty well, too. But for our particular survivor, I really like the bangs because, again, it just lets you focus on this one side of her face.
I'm not sold yet. I'm not 100% sold. I like seeing some of her forehead. Maybe if we had something that had
like a split bang.
that had like a side fringe. I love her. I do.
Like, I hope so.
I love her. I am very moved. We have a name for her, but I think we should get her dressed and then tell everybody her name.
We actually have something that we've been holding on to that we got in Chaos, but we didn't open them on, in front of the camera or anything like that. We've had it for a little while, but I think she deserves to get suited up.
She is a solar marine.
It's appropriate because I believe this is the volcanic set.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to get her dressed and we'll see you in a minute. So we got the solar marine uniform on her. I want to take a moment and just quickly note something that I realized. We were having a lot of trouble with the wigs. Her wig seemed really tight, and then every single wig seemed really tight, and
Yeah.
Shiki's wig was like rolling and stuff like that. Most likely because of the special process for the marbling, her actual texture of her vinyl is different. She got a little bit more tack.
Yeah, it's not dramatic, but it does feel slightly different.
If you run your fingers along any of the other dolls, the vinyl is smooth. If you run your fingers along her, your finger starts to catch just a little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit of friction. I guess it's not that it isn't smooth, it's like it's not slick, if that makes sense. This was a bit more work. The Solar Marine pants are, per typical culture Japan, like jeans, very form-fitting.
They fit perfectly.
On most of the dolls, with some work or some practice, it's actually not bad. This took more effort than we expected to get on.
The fit on this is just insane.
I would say you could bounce a quarter off of that, but I'm pretty sure it doesn't matter. You could bounce a quarter off of that.
We have a name that has been kept in reserve for quite a long time.
Since the beginning. Well, and for pets, this name has been floating out there.
Yeah.
And it is actually a name that is relevant to the name of this channel.
The channel name came from Shakespeare's Much Ado About Nothing. Lady Disdain is Beatrice, and her best friend and her confidant, her cousin, is Hero. Our survivor's name is Hero.
I think it's perfect, and I do want to point out, why were you so drawn to this doll?
I had a cousin that was burn scarred.
And Hero is Beatrice's cousin.
I didn't even make that connection. So this is my cousin Hero, and my cousin's name was Dolly.
Right.
So, welcome to the Court of Disdain, Hero. here she is.
And I want to
Survivor.
take a moment just to say thank you to Danny for making dolls like this. This is utterly unique. Doing things for representation, and I know he would love to be able to give these dolls out to people who are burn scarred and it's just too much money, but he is looking at donating them to hospitals, and that is very cool. She's just amazing. So if you don't have burn scars, I wouldn't necessarily say skip this one, because she's amazing and a great addition to your collection.
She is. And those scars don't necessarily have to be burn scars. I think someone in one of the Facebook groups commented that they wear their scars on the inside, she wears hers on the outside.
She represents survival and the things, the things that you have to do. And yeah, the scars that you take away from the trauma in your life and living with them and still getting that road back to becoming kind of like more than that again. If you want to check out our other Solar Marine girl, be sure to look at our unboxing of Smart Doll Future. At the time, we didn't even know we were getting her. It was a total mystery box. So check that out right there.
And we'll see you again soon. That's all for us. Bye.
Bye.